Okay, so I don't think I've posted for a few days. I'm doing much better. I'm back in my own home. I've been released from the hospital. I'm taking my medication when I'm supposed to. I currently have bronchitis, and yes, I am still smoking. But it helps me distract myself and de stress myself. And I'm sleeping in my bed in the living room. Tomorrow, like today, Nick came to visit and we played Dokapon Kingdom and it was super fun. And Foster came the night before, which is also super fun. And I have learned to knit. That is probably one of the best things that happened while at Six Lane. I got my GST check, so tomorrow I'm gonna go try to get groceries. I'm probably gonna take my laundry to Nanny's because I've misplaced my laundry card again. I'm gonna do some packing. Probably gonna pack up the living room and start packing up the kitchen, and that way that part will be done because I don't want to leave it all for the last minute. My mood has been so much better. I feel so unbelievably much like myself again, which is good. I went to go see a friend um, because I think that sometimes you have to be the person who makes the effort, and you can't always rely on other people too and then expect people to read your mind and know what's going on because sometimes they don't. So, I just took my medication for the night. I'm watching YouTube videos, funny stuff, helps with my depression. Haven't had any suicidal thoughts, haven't been irritated or anything like that today. So hopefully the medication is working. I'm going to be living with my grandparents at the end of this month. Rent is going to be a little bit late, but that's to be expected. Um, what else? Monday, I have an appointment with community services, so for social assistance, I'm not ashamed of that. Kind of need it. Finally, if I get that off my plate, I have that at 2 o'clock. Finally, get that done and figured out. Then Wednesday, I have an appointment with outpatients who will deal with my care going forward. So, first they told me I had bipolar 2. Now they're convinced that it definitely is depression, called child adversity. Means basically childhood adversity, PTSD, all of that lovely stuff. I went through psychotherapy and I did learn that I don't experience emotions the same way that other people do. So, even a good emotion, I experience it as anxiety instead of a um, feeling, calm, collected feeling, I guess. I experience it as anxiety. Even something happy, I'm like, okay, when's something bad gonna happen? And right now I have bronchitis, lovely, but I'm taking my medication and I'm trying to nap. I did go buy myself some smokes because I got my GST check. Um, I don't buy myself smokes all that often, and I try to make them last as long as possible, but I kind of think I just kind of needed it. I'm really hoping that I'm going to get back to the way I used to be because the core of my being is still a compassionate, kind person who would do anything for anyone. I want to let people know who actually watched my channel or whatnot that it actually, believe it or not, does get better, gets worse, gets better, gets worse. It's a cycle. And right now, it's good. I'm not super, super high, like I could do anything in life, but I'm much more motivated. I'm gonna try to start going out for walks or something. Um, it's hard right now because I have so little energy due to the lovely bronchitis and I was so fevered, but I took some Tylenol, so that brought my fever down. Just been laying in bed all day. Tomorrow I'm gonna have a shower. They had to fix my shower because I had a nice bath when I was here a couple nights ago. It was gorgeous, it was amazing, it was so relaxing. It only lasted for 5 minutes and I got super, super irritated because it leaked into downstairs, which was no fault of my own. I didn't overflow it or anything. So the people came and they fixed it today, so everything should be good. So tomorrow I'll have a nice candlelight bath and I'll start in the morning with daily affirmations. That's pretty much my plan, to do daily affirmations in the morning, breathing exercises, grounding, try some yoga, maybe play some games, pack and clean. And what I'm really hoping to do is get back into spending time with friends and getting back in their life. Hopefully, they'll allow me that and understand that it was just a really, really rough time and I may have overreacted to people not showing that they cared, but a lot of people didn't know, and turns out a lot of people had no idea what to say. I mean, what do you say to someone that went from being like high on life and super happy to insanely depressed and breaking down constantly? So I can admit when I'm wrong, and I definitely was wrong, but I wasn't wrong in wanting that and deserving that. That part I wasn't wrong. And the whole, I found out who my real friends were. To a degree, I did, but there are also friends there that I didn't realize still did care, but just didn't know how to show it, didn't know what was going on. So that is not their fault. And I'm not upset with them anymore. I still do have a lot of anger. One thing with everything, I found that now that the anger's come to the surface, I won't take anyone's shit. If you try to manipulate me or if you try to make me feel bad, instead of feeling guilty, I don't feel guilty anymore. I will tell you exactly like it is. I will say, listen, this is how you're making me feel. I don't deserve to feel this way. This is not my fault, and you need to get over yourself and you need to learn to communicate, because you may be thinking that's what I'm thinking, but unless you flat out ask me, you're not going to know. But that goes the same with other people. I can't expect to read people's mind and think that that's what they're thinking unless I point blank ask them, what are you thinking? How do you feel about this particular situation? But so far, things are good. I'll show you pictures of my kitties. Can you see my kitties? They're actually sharing the new coat I got. I just took my medication, so I'll probably get really tired soon, which is good because that means I'm sleeping. Still definitely need to work on the eating part, but I think that's partly due to my fever. I'm not really sure. I have to get into some sort of meal placement or meal plan. That was the good side of being at Six Lane, because they had meals already prepared for you. You didn't have to worry about that, and you didn't have to worry about being tired. And I'm definitely still tired, but that again could be from the bronchitis, so it's kind of like a wait and see type of thing. Things are starting to go into motion. I'm starting to feel a lot better about myself. I'm starting to see me again, the awesome, kind, compassionate, would do anything for anyone. It's really strange, but I'm trying to, I found this website where you can get free samples. And I'm trying to show the people who have helped me out. I want to give them something, and I'm super broke, so obviously I can't really do a whole lot. So I'm going to get these free samples and I'm going to give it to them. I know that sounds really ridiculous, but I want to show them in my own way how much I truly appreciate them. And sometimes I'm not able to, I can word it, but I'm not able to show it. I'm very bad with that. I'm very bad with being overly emotional and saying how much I miss someone. And the psychotherapist has figured that out. Like, I don't know. She asked me a question. She said, How do you feel about our interaction right now? And I was like, I have no idea what she's talking about. And turns out most people would know what they're talking about and they would have these feelings. So she explained that my heart has been shut off and I feel the emotions in my head. So I have more anxiety than anything, which is part of the post-traumatic stress, which is part of all the loveliness. And I had a couple of flashbacks, which have put me back, but I seem to be doing okay now. I'm probably going to go to bed soon. Hopefully, things will just continue to keep getting better, but I also know it's one step at a time. I also know that I could have a good day today and that I could have a really crappy day tomorrow. And I have to keep reminding myself that this is a learning thing. This is a baby step thing, one step back, one step forward. And to the people out there that are having a rough time, I want to tell you something that a really good friend of mine who recently passed away said. Here is a hug. One because you need it, one because I need it, and one because we need it. All right, thank you. Have a good night.